In this video, we will discuss web services. So we will take the bank creation REST services to demonstrate today's session. So in your instance, if there is a cost module is configured, we need to create banks for costing. So to check bank details, to check all the bank configured, we need to go to admin and go to setup and maintenance. In task, we need to go to search, global search, and we can find manage banks. So in manage bank panel, we can see all the banks which are configured in the instance. Here we can see create, edit, or extract the bank details. We can create banks here manually one by one. But if we have a scenario where client wants to migrate hundreds of bank into Oracle Fusion, we can use REST APIs in integrations to create banks. So we will go to Oracle documentation and find for the REST API to create banks. So in integration, we can search for the REST API services. And here we can see the REST APIs provided by Oracle for banks. So Oracle has provided us these 5 endpoints to create, delete, and update the banks. As well as we can get bank details from the Oracle Fusion, as well as we can get single bank detail as well. So REST is nothing but the HTTP methods. So they have provided us the HTTP method as well as this relative path for each endpoints. So first of all, we will try to get all the banks from Oracle Fusion using this REST API. So we will require a Postman tool which is used for testing the REST APIs. So I have this Postman tool. I'll get this endpoint. So I'll copy this, get all banks endpoint relative path from here. I'll paste it here. Okay. So this is the relative path. But if I copy this and paste it here and hit the send button, it won't work because it requires the server name. So we will prefix the instance in which we need to create the banks. So we'll copy this URL and prefix it to this relative path. So using this endpoint, we can get all the banks which are created in the Oracle Fusion application. So we have to select HTTP method, which is get, and we need to provide authentication detail. I have mentioned my username and password over here, and I will hit send. So as I can see, here we have all the details for the bank. So we can we can use this gate endpoint and this URL to get all the banks from Fusion instance. So we can check whether this bank is in Fusion application or not. So as we can see, the first bank is Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank. And in a race endpoint, we got the response, which is Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank, and all other banks we can see from here. Second bank is ABN. So yeah, we can see the second bank, ABN Amro Bank. We will check the second endpoint, which is we will get a single bank by providing the bank party ID. So in the same URL, as we can see, these URL are similar, but in Git, only a single bank detail we need to pass bank party ID in this endpoint. So we have this bank party ID from here, and we will put over here and hit send button. So like this, we get the bank. So we will check create bank endpoint now. So we'll copy this relative path and prefix the instance ID in this. We'll prefix the URL, prefix the Fusion Cloud URL in this relative path, and we'll use this endpoint. So we are going to use post method to create a bank. Like mentioned in the Oracle doc, we are going to use post method. But to create a bank, we need to pass a payload. So we can get the sample payload from Oracle documentation. By clicking a create a bank, we can find a sample payload. We can copy this payload and in the body, we can mention the bank details which we need to create. So like this, I have created a test payload. I'll change the tags number as well. So I have selected the HTTP method. I have updated the endpoint, and also I have provided the payload. And we need to provide authentication detail as well. So I have provided my user ID and password. I'll say hit the send button. As we can see, we got the response payload. and we have this bank party ID for newly created bank. We can use this bank party ID to get the bank detail using get endpoint. We'll update the bank party ID over here and hit send button. As you can see, we get the newly created bank. We will check whether this bank is there in Oracle Fusion application or not. So we will go to Fusion and check whether that bank is created or not. So yes, as we can see, the bank which we just created using REST API is created over here. So we have covered create bank, create, get bank, and get all bank details. So we will check update bank endpoint as well. I'll copy this relative path and remember the HTTP method is patch over here. So I'll prefix the instance ID and I'll use the newly created bank party ID to modify the bank details. So this endpoint is ready. I'll paste it, paste this endpoint. I'll update the HTTP method as patch. In body section, I'll put the updated bank details. So suppose I want to update the description to test update bank endpoint. So uh, I need to provide authentication details and I'll hit the send button. As we can see, the description field has been updated. We'll go to Fusion instance and check whether it is updated over there or not. So we need to refresh this and as we can see, the bank description has been updated. So this is how we can use the REST endpoint to create bank, update bank, get bank details, and get all bank details. We can use these endpoints in integration to manipulate or create multiple banks or manipulate bank details using integrations. So that's all about the REST API. We'll discuss SOAP API in next video.